Morning everybody, how you all doing? So so for everybody that isn't following me on X, go follow me on X. There is a link in the bio to my channel. If you can't find that, I'll leave a link on the first comment of this video, so you can go and click on it and follow me there. I am quite active on Twitter, sometimes more active than I am on YouTube. Sometimes when I don't make a video on YouTube, it's because I'm more active on Twitter. So go follow me on there. I'm up to 600 followers on X at the minute, and I just want to get those numbers up a little bit. It'd be great if everybody that was subscribed to me went over there actually and followed me, because if this channel ever did go down, then you have a platform where you can find me and find out where I'm going to be going to post my videos. Anyway, that being said, let's get on with the video. So, a lot of concerned people around the country today after the appeal court ruling yesterday about the Bell Hotel in Epping, the illegal immigrant hotel. So, for everybody outside the UK that doesn't understand what's going on in this country at the minute, we presently have a very far left socialist government, the Keir Starmer regime, who seems to be hell-bent on doing everything in his power to putting the people of this country on the path to civil war, civil unrest. So, what happened in Epping? So, the people of Epping didn't want an illegal immigrant hotel in their community. Allegedly, several individuals from that hotel had committed sexual assault against young girls, and so they lobbied their local council to remove the hotel, and to give a bit of weight to their lobbying of the council, they began to protest outside it. Now, they had talks with the local councillors who agreed to ask the Home Office to remove the illegal immigrant hotel from the community. Now, whatever happened, I'm a bit foggy about the next part of this part of the story. So something happened, and the council got an injunction to stop the Home Office intervening when closing down the illegal immigrant hotel. So they got an injunction. So at this point, the hotel was being closed. The illegal immigrants were going to be moved out and moved somewhere else, out of the community. So what happened was, Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary, she appealed the decision. She's using her government lawyers, using taxpayer money to lodge an appeal against her own citizens who are just concerned about having undocumented illegal immigrants in their community who are committing horrific crimes. So she decides to lodge an appeal against a decision that would protect the people of Epping. That's basically the situation that was happening there. So the appeal went through yesterday. Now, the appeal judges were three of the most far left activist judges you can get, which has led to speculation that the government picked these judges and that they rigged the whole appeal court hearing yesterday, which is no surprise to me whatsoever, since our establishments have been completely infiltrated by Marxist far-left activists. Indeed, the judges themselves were far-left activists. So the judges' names, we've got Justice Cobb, Justice Davis, and Justice Bean. They're the three judges from yesterday. Now, I don't know which ones were actively doing what, but we have one judge that basically wanted to stop Brexit. We have another judge that's highly involved in protecting the rights of so-called refugees, aka illegal immigrants, people that shouldn't be in this country. And we have another judge, I believe this is Justice Bean, who set up a group of socialist judges, one of which our current Attorney General was a member. And if you don't know who that guy is, go check him out, because he's been involved in some really dodgy stuff, pretty much like Keir Starmer was, basically fighting for the rights of terrorists and and the human rights of terrorists and that sort of thing. So you basically know that these three judges, oh yeah, they're going to be very unbiased, and justice is blind and all that kind of stuff. No such case. They obviously ruled in favour of the government, which is no surprise to me whatsoever, having looking at their resumes. And so now the people of Epping, I think they can still appeal. I think they can now take it to the Supreme Court if they choose to do so. So the reason the government actually appealed all this is because in this country our laws are based on legal precedent. So obviously there isn't when a judge comes to judge a case, there isn't always a law to cover it, or a situation where he can get into it. So this was an important one. This would set legal precedent in this country. This would be a first of its case. So if ruled in favour, this would set a legal precedent for all other councils all over the country to tell the Home Office to remove the illegal immigrant hotels from their communities, and there would be nothing the government could do about it, because it's been set as a legal precedent. It's part of the law of the country. And that's what they were afraid of, because that would be the first domino to fall. If Epping won their case, then all the other dominoes around the country would fall as well. All the other illegal immigrant hotels would have to be shut down. And this is ironic, because we have Keir Starmer, our so-called leader, who claims on a regular basis that it's his intention to shut down all the illegal immigrant hotels and to smash the gangs. Now, we all know he's lying. The guy's a pathological liar, as are most of the people in Parliament. Pathological liars. They're politicians. That they speak out of two sides of the same mouth all the time. Shouldn't be trusted at all, these people. So yeah, that would have set a legal precedent for the country, and they couldn't allow that to happen. So Justice Bean, in his ruling statement, and this is what a judge actually said. This is what a judge actually said, which is very alarming to me. He said that this is one of the reasons he gave for ruling in favour of the government. He said that he couldn't reward protest. He couldn't incentivize protesting outside illegal immigrant hotels, which is a legal right, which is a human right of every individual in this country. And that is the only peaceful way people in this country can get local government and government to change their mind on issues in between general elections, because our government has a term of 5 years, and 5 years is a long time to allow something to happen. So if you want your government or your local government to change their minds, you protest, you lobby them. That's the way we do things, peacefully. Now, this judge is treading a very dangerous path in what he said, because he's basically telling people that peaceful protest won't work. That if you peacefully protest trying to put pressure on your local council to remove illegal immigrant hotels, it won't work. Legally, it won't work, because we're going through the process, we're putting pressure on the local government to put pressure on the Home Office to remove the hotels peacefully. This judge now, in his ruling statement, has turned around and said that he won't reward that, which is very, very dangerous indeed, in a country that's already pretty much hostile. It's a very tense climate at the minute in this country, let's say. Very, very tense. I mean, we're looking across the board. Literally anything could set the powder keg off at the minute. And a judge coming out on an appeal board, on an appeal judgment, and saying that peaceful protest shouldn't be rewarded is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. He's an idiot. He is an idiot. He shouldn't be a judge. He should be struck off. There should be an investigation into him, and he should be turfed out. There's no way this man should be a judge. There's no way any of these people should be judges, because let's face it, most of what was said yesterday was based on politics. It had nothing to do with the law. This was basically down to the personal politics of those judges sitting on that appeal court. That's the part and parcel of everything. So, like I said, I think the people of Epping, I think they can take this to the appeal court, to the Supreme Court, and let them have a judgment on it. And again, most likely the government will appeal it once again using taxpayer money. Won't go up that way, it's a bit steep. Using taxpayer money. They've basically come out and told everybody in the country that peaceful protests and trying to put pressure on your local government to pressure the government is pointless, because we'll just rule against it. We won't allow it. That's what they're saying. That should scare everybody, because that's what they should be promoting. And if Keir Starmer really wanted to shut down the illegal immigrant hotels like he said he does, then he would have let the Epping ruling stand and said, yeah, we've got legal precedent now, we can shut down all these illegal immigrant hotels, it's been put into legal precedent, we can do this. But of course we all know that's not their intention, because they have ideology, and their ideology is to replace the people of this country. That's their intentions. It's the globalist agenda. So Keir Starmer is a complete liar. We have proof that he's a liar now, because he would have instructed his own Home Secretary not to pursue an appeal and to allow the judgment to stand. But of course, that didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. So now the country is in real trouble. It all depends on whether this goes to the Supreme Court now, whether we can actually shut these hotels down. I would appeal for everybody to remain calm. Don't get violent. Everybody's angry, everybody's frustrated, I get that. But don't fall into their trap. Don't let them dictate the course of action from now on, because the minute you get violent, they'll just send in the stormtroopers, as they did last night in Epping with some of the protesters. And this is why I told you to go and look at my Twitter feed, because half the time I do post videos on there, or I retweet things that show you what's going off in the country, and it shows you on my Twitter feed a dad being dragged out of his car. I don't know the context of it, in front of his son, who was screaming at the side of him. We have a young lad whose head was rammed into the concrete by overzealous police officers, simply because he was not adhering to the dispersal order. Very dangerous times ahead, everybody. Scary times. Keep your powder dry, stay peaceful, keep protesting. Don't let them grind you down. Eventually, we will win. This is Vindicator. Sign off.